For day 3 notes, part of a regular polygon. So you see that you have a regular polygon here. This part here is called your radius. You should already really know that because you see that circle here, and from the center to the circle is your radius. So they're saying that from the center of the polygon to the vertex is the radius. Then from the center to the midpoint of a side, that is called the apothem, which is A. Okay, and then radius for R. And then to find perimeter of any polygon, you just add all the sides. So you consider like one of these is just S, the side. Okay. So for the first part, the distance from the center of a polygon to any side is called the apothem. The blank of a regular polygon is the distance from the center to a vertex. So that was the radius. All right, now the formula for finding the area of a regular polygon is 1/2 times the apothem times the perimeter. So for the first problem, let's identify what we have. We have the side. We also have the apothem. Okay. We also know that in this particular figure, there are 10 sides. So, because it tells us here that a decagon, we know is 10 sides. So, for our formula, we have area of 1/2 times the apothem, which is 12.3, times the perimeter. So we know that there are 10 sides times 8 inches, because all 10 sides are 8 each. So then I would just multiply these 3 together and then divide that by 2. So I know that 10 times 8 is 80. And if I multiply these 2 together, divide by 2, we get 492 inches squared. Okay, in part B, the apothem is 6.5. Our side is 22.5. So we have 1/2 times apothem times 3 sides times 22.5. So again, we multiply everything together, divide by 2, and we get this pretty long decimal. And it says round to the nearest whole number if necessary. So the 3 makes the 9 stay. So this is approximately 219 units squared, since we don't have a measurement here. Okay. In letter C, we have the apothem as 16, and the side is 13.3. It is an octagon, which means it has 8 sides. So 1/2 times apothem times the number of sides times the side length. So again, if I multiply, divide by 2, I get 851.2. That rounds to 851 centimeters squared. In part B, I have my apothem and my side. So I have 1/2 times 6.2 times pentagon is 5 sides. So 5 times the length of 9 millimeters. So if I multiply all 3, divide by 2, I get 139.5. And that would round up to 140 millimeters squared. Okay, example 2. finding the area of a regular polygon. So for this, we know the side length is 14.8. Okay, it's 14.8. And from the center to the middle, that would be half of 26. So 26 divided by 2 is 13. So I would have area equals 1/2 times your apothem, which is 13. The number of sides that we have in an octagon are 8. Okay, 8 sides, so that would be 8 times 14.8. If we multiply these three together, that would give me 1,539.2. But we do have to take half of that, and that gives me 769.2 inches squared. And then the last example here, it says, again, find the area of the stop sign. So I'm going to cut that in two to get the apothem, which is 8. So that's your apothem. That's your side. So we have 1/2 times 8 times, number of sides is 8, and then the side length is 12.2. So if I multiply all three numbers together, I get 780.8. Divide that by 2, and we get 390.4 inches squared. Okay, I do want to check something really fast. So I'm going back to this real quick, 1539.2. I'm just going to double check to make sure it's right. Okay, so I have 769.6, not 0.2. Okay, that's all.